Hello. It is about to be sunset where I am, and I'm having some, I'm trying a new iced coffee. It's like a Spanish latte, which I can't read. The ingredients are in a lot of different languages, so I don't really know what that means, but it tastes really good. So, maybe you're trying something new as well, or maybe you're feeling called to. And I actually just started a different transmission, well, similar, but with video, and it just wasn't flowing. So this already feels like more flow. Anyway, yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, very recently, I posted a silver lightning transmission, and I forgot I put in, my mom is very cute and got me, before I left with her, those espresso beans, chocolate covered espresso beans. I don't eat them very often, but it was like a little travel pack, and I've been nursing them since I got here and just dropping like a few in my coffee each day. And today was my last day of them, and I forgot it was in there, and I just took a sip and it popped in my mouth, so you might hear the crunch. Okay, so with that, there's something, by the way, before I even get into what I wanted to get into, my intention is for this to be like more of a mini transmission, sort of like an energetic tap in, but I'm getting this like image today multiple times of essentially like coffee grounds, but it doesn't have to be coffee, but that like dirt, coffee grounds, like brown. Yeah, there's something about that. Someone could be doing laundry, or you're like needing to do laundry, something about laundry. And when I went to, yeah, I just felt the need to take a pause. So a few things that could be, you could be experiencing potentially. I was saying in the first attempt at this transmission, which I don't do often. It's not that often that I start one and I don't like see it to completion. So, yeah, there's something about trusting what feels right for you. But anyway, there's something about like excess heat and or just expanded heat in the body, or like an Ayurveda, like pitta, like the fire element, Kundalini rising is coming through. So you could be having like however that would manifest through your body. So maybe heartburn, skin inflammation, or rashes. Like, I don't know, I keep hearing hot spots. Like you may just feel like certain hot spots on your body. Like joint pain, or like flare up in joint pain. Those are a few examples. Someone, I don't know why I just heard gout. I know someone who had gout, and they used to always say, oh, I got the gout. I don't know why I heard that, got the gout. It's not funny to have gout, but okay, anyway. So when I was tuning in the last transmission, the lights have been flickering a lot. You could be having like, I know that's been coming through quite a bit lately. I also feel like my voice is going through a change, because it has been, like, you know, when you know your body at this point and like things start to change, I feel like my voice is definitely going through some sort of change. So there could be voice changes. I've been seeing the number 441, 144, 414. You could be seeing combinations of this, repeating fours, repeating ones, new beginnings, foundations. That has been a very strong theme lately, if you will. And anyway, so when I was tuning in the silver lightning transmission from yesterday, I was talking about a blackout and a potential blackout. I was feeling into the Schumann resonance, and I was shown that there was a potential blackout. And then usually with blackout, there's like a spike or a larger flare coming in. And interestingly, after I posted that, I went to check, but I don't think I did check actually. And then something popped up on my feed. And then I did wind up looking into it, and the person who popped up on my feed was saying there was an R2 small blackout right around the time. Sometimes it doesn't, I've learned this recently, it doesn't always, the Schumann resonance doesn't always update right away. So I was feeling this blackout. Basically, I think it happened like Eastern Standard Time, midnight, not last night, but the night before. So it would have been like 6 a.m. where I was. So it was like right around the time that I was tuning in to that, within a few hours. Anyway, so I just wanted to update that because there was also then, I believe they call it like an M6 flare. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Yeah, so there's something about really like mirroring, and the more that we like start to see themes of our own like electromagnetic system and how tuned in some of us, it's like we all may experience things, but those of us who are like tuning in and starting to see repeating themes and patterns, there's something about that refinement process and how it affects our environment, you know? Like I have a like blackout, I think I called it a blackout series, not a series, like a YouTube playlist. And it tends to be whenever there's these blackouts, like wherever I am, you know, I've been in, I think it's happened in San Francisco, Seattle, Costa Rica, and Montenegro. Like there will be a blackout on the Schumann resonance. So yeah, I just started noticing a theme, and I'll start to now feel it in my body, you know, and this has been happening for a long time, but I'm sharing this because I feel like those of us who are experiencing it, you know, we each have our collective theme that we share and also our unique connection of how it comes through. So, another potential for this, I've been really needing a lot of rest since I arrived in Montenegro. Like I have been sort of like on a little mini routine, not really intentional, just that's the way it's kind of come up. And today I just got the surge of like, okay, it's time for another little mini adventure. So yeah, there's something about like even something so seemingly minute as trying a different type of coffee. But I'm also feeling called to like take a bus somewhere or just go explore something. And since I've been here, I've done that twice. Like I went to the beach that's near here and I went into the main town. But I'm feeling like, okay, now there's another exploration. So yeah, there could be something mirroring your inner world in that way. Like perhaps, if you've also been feeling like a little mini hermit phase, maybe you're like, okay, something's pulling on you. Or if you are used to, I don't know, I'm seeing someone like writing. If you've been writing a lot, maybe now it's time to like publish that writing. Like there's something about just like a step or getting, if I said this in the beginning of this transmission, my apologies. I can't remember if I said it in the other one or this one. But there's been the light flash, and I said that again, Jupiterian influence for those of us who feel connected to Jupiter right now. They say the planet of, you know, expansion and abundance, but it's more like, it tends to be more like, it can manifest looking like luck is the way it usually comes through. Like Saturn, when you have like a blessing from Saturn, which I also feel Saturnian, why can't I say that word? Saturn influence. So it kind of feels like there's this interplay between Saturn and Jupiter And Saturn being like, you know, they say Father Time. Saturn is the Capricorn and Saturn. So there's something about like Seven of Pentacles and Tarot, like something that you've been building one step at a time, slowly, steadiness, consistency, and then Jupiter kind of like meets you there and comes in and then like amplifies something. Oh, do you hear that motorcycle in the background? So that's kind of what it feels like. Something like, whether it's like even just versions of yourself, like whatever it is that you've been, like that mountain goat. There's also the sea goat came through recently. There's a lot of different goats that have been coming through. I just was talking about Auriga, the constellation of Riga, and Capella. I believe it's Capella is the main star. That energy has been coming through really strongly this week, which is also another goat. So yeah, there's something really significant about Saturn, the Lord of Karma, like stepping into this destiny path, if you will, or the dharmic path. And a song came on today, and I haven't heard it in a while, Meet Me Halfway. It just like came on my YouTube from the Black Eyed Peas. And then all day I've been hearing references to halfway, like meet me halfway, meet you halfway, do this, and then something meets you halfway. So there's really this energy of like whatever you've been investing in, like Jupiter is coming in to like amplify this. So that's exciting. Yeah. Maybe seeing repeating nines and I just tuned in for a moment and like the like sex organs just lit up. So yeah, there's like this spark, creativity, passionate sort of ignition. And it also I've also just been hearing the word fire, passionate. I was talking a lot about like the feminine principle, or like divine feminine principle on YouTube yesterday, and it does feel like this, you know, the whole idea of the integrated masculine feminine weaving. That's this next octave is really shining in right now for those of us who feel like we are just sort of tuned into that. Yeah. Yeah, I keep feeling that repeating, like a sacral root. Oh, and there feels like there's being this purge out of the root. So some of you may have been feeling like you've just sort of felt an internal shift. It doesn't have to be within the root area, like the lower part of the body, but it does. It really feels like it's from like the solar down, like this, however you perceive those energy centers. So, you know, the lower planes of, and not lower as in worse, just literally the more grounded, well, not all of them are grounded, right? But the more physical material just feels like there's been some sort of internal shift. Also, there could be leaks, like a small shower leak or a sink dripping or a toilet running. Like there's something about, excuse me. Yeah. Something about that for some of you. I just started having that happen in the bathroom I'm staying. And when I like went to look at it, I just got like a collective flash of, just like a collective flash. So I was tuning in to see like what was coming from that. And it was such a slow drip. And it's really funny because I was being shown like past experiences where I've had like much larger pipe issues in places that I've stayed. And this one was just so tiny. And there's something about like looking at how far you've come emotionally, which that's not the message that I thought was coming through that. But yeah, there's something about that. For each of you, if you're experiencing something like this, or just even if it's like your own body, like maybe you're just tearing a lot, or like excess emotion just feels like it's kind of flowing. There's something about maybe tuning in if you feel the call. Maybe there's like something within you that is like personal for each one of you. But yeah, collectively, it does feel like how far the like EQ or emotional, personal emotional evolution, which is of course co-creating this larger ripple of emotional intelligence, embodiment, and integration. So that's really beautiful. I also just felt the urge to bring in a little bit of, I didn't do it very well actually, but there's this one bush that is like overflowing and I love the smell of the flowers. So I took a piece of it to bring into the room I'm staying. And then I watered it to like give it something. But yeah, I should have, next time I will do a better job. But either way, I love that smell. So there's something also about like surrounding yourself with something that, like maybe someone here just got themselves flowers, or if it's not flowers, there could be something else. Yeah, there's something about like the little things, creature comforts, something of that nature. And to close this transmission out, I was just reminded of bioluminescence. So there could be, and or for some of you, you may feel like you're tapping into a more bioluminescent version of yourself. Like if you can see auras, maybe you're starting to pick up on bioluminescence in your aura or others' aura that you feel like drawn to. There could be like animals, sea creatures popping up that like on your social media or just in your reality that have bioluminescence. You could be drawn to like visit places that have like bioluminescent caves or bioluminescent water. Ooh, I just got chills. Yeah, there's something really significant about, I've been talking a lot about the gradient aura, and there's something about this flow within the aura that's like encapsulating this bioluminescent stream of consciousness. So for those of you who feel that, also like the aurora borealis, the plasma, this internal shift that is being purged out of the lower energy centers feels like it's also amplifying this. So a lot of like this idea of being parasitic, meaning we just do not receive our own illuminated aspects from our own regeneration or our own like source, if you will, that we need it like externally. And when I say we, I mean like as a collective. And those of us who are in this refinement process of generating our own inner planes and reconnection, it feels like there's this next level of embodiment and bioluminescence just seems to be really a part of that. And so by kind of starving that parasitic inherited, it feels like it was inherited. Like a lot of us were born into these like parasitic cycles. And by, when I say starving that part, what I mean is like by just not giving it attention and by continuing to like refocus your attention inward and on things that actually make you feel rejuvenated, etc. Of course, it's much more nuanced, but this is just a quick mini tap-in. And purging something out. It does feel like there is this, this like more embodied illumination. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, thank you.